What's up, Comic Book Nation? BD here, and I'm being joined today by three awesome special guests. We have the cast of Beyond joining us live via Skype to discuss their new series on Freeform, which, if you haven't watched it yet, I can't recommend it enough. It's like Stranger Things meets Chronicle, and if that is not enough for you, I think our guests are about to convince you. Joining us live now, Berkeley Duffield, Jonathan Whitesell, and Dylan Gwynn, who play Holden, Luke, and Willa, respectively, on this show. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is great.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, my first question for you guys. Now, this is for you guys, not your characters. If your friend just woke up from a 12-year coma, what is the one movie you would show them immediately? They'd have to watch it.
Star Wars, New Hope.
Yeah.
Straight up. Cold.
Because I think they could, because they would have seen it, even if they've been gone for 12 years. It doesn't matter really how old you are.
It's a unifying film.
Yeah.
It is just, it's like,
That
it was
brings
something
everything
that
back
set,
together.
exactly. Yeah.
There you go. That's fair.
I'm going to go with it.
Sure, yeah, I'll tag along.
Star Wars, yeah. You can't go wrong with Star Wars. Now, Berkeley, this one's for you. I feel like your character is almost always profusely sweating. How often do they have to just make you up for looking like you just ran a marathon?
There was sweat added. I also did a lot of cardio while shooting, actually.
That makes sense.
A lot of treadmills.
A lot of treadmills, a lot of when I was running beforehand or going to, we'd be doing, and me and Dylan, even me and John know, we'd be doing jumping jacks, we'd be running on the spot. You get your blood pumping, you get that adrenaline going, and you get sometimes that brow sweat. So some of it's fake and some of it's really just us working hard.
Hey, that's some awesome method acting there. But one of the themes early on is Holden and everybody's trying to live like a somewhat normal life despite everything that's going on around them. How much of that desire to live like this regular life, to be a young guy, is going to come into play with this possibility of having to save the world, like possibly being inherited by him?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a mix of both, and I think he battles to try to struggle in between those worlds because he really wakes up and wants everything to be the same, but he soon figures out, as you'll see in the episodes, that he knows that that's really not a possibility anymore. So he struggles with that continuously throughout the season of trying to figure out how he can gain sort of that foundation of a normal life again to get back to that, but with these new responsibilities, he's definitely having to deal with all of those new things that are getting thrown his way.
Right. And Dylan, I'm not going to lie to you. You were a little bit creepy in your introduction. That clothing store, things got a little weird. We're not going to act like they didn't. You kind of knew who he was. So that's kind of my question. It seems like Willa has this knowledge that no one else does. What's that?
I was looking out for him.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. Okay. That's what every crazy ex-girlfriend says. But it seems like she might have knowledge that no one else does. I mean, what can you tell us about Willa?
Yeah, definitely. I think that she's kind of like that. She's going to serve as a guide to Holden to kind of help him. And she's kind of his connection to what has happened to him when he was in his coma. And she knows everything. So he better start listening to her pretty quick because otherwise he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
All right. And Jonathan, you're playing the brother here who probably had the whole world to himself until Holden woke up. He was basically an only child. Now I'm wondering, is there maybe a little bit of bitterness there?
100%, most definitely. Especially in that second episode when they're going to church and Pastor Ian is kind of addressing everyone and brings up Holden as this kind of miracle, being this profound kind of person coming back to life, essentially. And it's this awkward kind of he's getting all the praise. And throughout his whole life, it's always been about Holden throughout his time in the coma, and you'll definitely be able to touch on that in the later episodes with the family and the kind of dynamic of him being a secondary child in the family.
Child syndrome strikes again. Now this one is for everybody. It's still a little bit blurry, but we've seen references and teases on posters on the walls and other bizarre moments that we might be dealing with aliens or ghosts. What can you say? What can you tease about what is going on, where Holden was, and what kind of has a grip on him?
I can say that there are no aliens and no ghosts, but that there is something interesting and something that's maybe not quite from this world that we will be encountering and diving into the explanation of why this is happening and where sort of these abilities might have sort of have come to be from.
Yeah, very good.
All right. I'm in. But can we talk about that dude? Speaking of things that aren't from this world, that dude in the yellow jacket, his glasses, they can't be from this world. They're like Wolf of Wall Street 80s glasses. This dude is so creepy. He's so creepy. Can you guys do me a favor and kill him? Like, what's his deal? Can you kill him already?
I mean, Peter plays. We all love Peter's performance of Yellow Jacket, and
he's amazing.
He's a creepy guy.
Well, and his character's creepy.
Yeah.
Like, not Peter in real life.
Right. Yeah, I meant by his
guy.
character. Yeah.
He's a stand-up comedian in real life.
Yeah.
So
which
it's
is
funny
weird.
working with him is such a such
interesting seeing the kind of duplicity between him being this very funny, warm guy in real life, and then having him be this total like OCD kind of dark old
character
killer. Yeah.
And I mean, he's been introduced, but I can't see him being defeated too soon. He seems very ready for almost anything.
He's
so,
very
I think
calculated.
he's hard to catch.
It's a very calculated antagonist. Yeah.
Oh, man. Now, let me ask you guys this. I got a couple more questions before we wrap it up. See, now this is going to be a popular theory. I know it is, so I'm going to address it early. Is this all Holden in a coma? Is it a dream? Is this whole thing a dream? Oh, I tried. That was my theory.
No.
People used to say it about Lost, and I'd be like, no, it's not.
We're we'll sit here. We'll just you'll have to keep watching.
I'm in for all 9, but I want to know if you guys have discussed among yourselves or with the rest of the cast and crew about future seasons. Are there discussions like about the future things you want to see? Are you guys already imagining what you could do with future seasons?
I think we all have our own imaginations of
Yes.
where we want things to go and where we're excited for our storylines to interconnect, to go off to, and developments of all our characters. I think we're all super stoked on the storylines.
But then we're also being kind of cautious and like, let's just knock on wood.
Yeah, exactly. We've all got
Don't
some
think about it too much.
contained optimism, but
Yeah.
we're very excited to see where it goes. I think.
Yeah. I feel like the world has definitely been established. The universe is large, and there's lots of possibilities. And I feel like the dynamics between the characters are just going to flourish in the next season.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really digging the show, and it seems like you guys are having a really good time. So I think I can say on behalf of all of Comic Book Nation that we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, and I think everyone at home probably agrees the show's great.
Thanks, man.
Thank
Well,
you so
thanks
much.
for having
Thanks
us.
so
We're stoked to be here to talk about it.
All right, well, hopefully we talk soon. Everybody at home, Beyond airs Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Freeform. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brandon Davis. I'll see you later.